Welcome to Movement by Inspire Ed. My name is Teresa and we are going to be doing a yoga flow today with a focus on balance. The materials that you'll need are your yoga mat. You'll need clothes that you can move freely in, and you can move in your bare feet or you can wear socks. There are 3 balance concepts that we'll be working with today. The first is the connection with the floor through your bases. So what I mean by your base is whatever part of your body is connected, is touching the floor and supporting your weight. Right now my base is my glutes and my thighs. You might have a hand base, or your feet might be your bases too. Another concept we'll be thinking about is hugging in towards our center line to create lightness in our body. And the third idea is that we'll be using oppositional effort. So if we are reaching effort in one direction, we can reach out in the opposite direction. We're gonna start in tabletop position today. So you can face the front of your mat. We'll get onto all 4s and we'll start to pay attention to our bases. So we'll spread our weight out evenly through the 4 corners of the hands, with our hands right underneath our shoulders and our knees right underneath our hips. So we'll start off with just a little bit of cat-cow to get our spine articulating. So reaching the spine up to the ceiling, dropping your head and your tailbone. And then we'll reach head and tailbone up to the ceiling, dropping through the rib cage. You can start to put your focus into your body, just noticing the sensations that you're feeling. Maybe noticing any tightness that you have. And maybe if you need to move around or stretch anything out, maybe sit back into a child's pose, just getting some movement and noticing into your body. So we'll start off with some bird dog today. So we're gonna ground down through our bases, through our left hand and opposite knee, right knee. And we're going to stretch, extend the right arm and the left leg, and lowering down to the ground. So we'll just alternate through here a few times. So you can notice that idea of stretching in opposite directions. When you're reaching through one set of fingertips, you can reach through the heel of the other foot. And it creates a connection and a sensation through your body that helps with balance. It kind of tells your muscles to work together and your system to work together. You can synchronize this with your breath if you like. Inhaling as the arms and legs go out, exhaling as they go down. And we're gonna add another part to our bird dog. We're gonna extend out, and in our exhale, we're gonna bring our knee and our elbow together through the center, creating a little crunch and feeling a little movement, a little bit of that sensation in through our abs too. Sending it out. Exhaling, knee and elbow together. Good. Good. We're gonna take one more addition to our sequence. So we're gonna bring our feet in opposite directions, squeeze the elbow and knee, bring it back out. Now we're going to bring our arm and our leg out to the side. We'll plant the leg down on the side, and we're going to walk our hands to the opposite side away from our legs. So pushing, finding that effort down through the floor. We'll open up the chest to the ceiling. Good, and we'll sweep it back, bringing back into our tabletop, bringing our knee back in. Now, sweeping out the left, bringing it out to the side. Good, and we're going to walk our hands to the opposite side, sweeping up. Good, we'll take one more of those each side. Good, bringing out to the side. Opening up, getting a nice stretch through the side and the side body. Great. From here, we'll tuck our knees, tuck our toes, lift our hips into downward facing dog, and we'll start walking up to the front of the mat. Okay, from your downward facing dog, you'll bend your knees. Look your focus towards your fingertips, towards the front of your mat. You can hop, jump, or step your way to the top of your mat. We'll take a forward fold, slight bend in the knees, dropping your head down. A halfway lift. Fold, and we'll gently roll up one vertebra at a time. Letting the shoulders roll back and down, sliding down the back. So finding our base again, the four corners of the feet, gently pressing into the earth, into the mat, and feeling the mat press up with an equal force. We're gonna think about a line going straight through the middle of our body. So gently pulling into that center line, not squeezing, not forcing, just gently pulling in creates a lightness, which creates ease of movement and ease of balance. We're gonna start with extended mountain coming in through our next flow. Feeling the fingertips reach up through the ceiling, feet reach down through the mat, shoulders reaching down. And we'll bring our right leg into a standing leg raise. Now, if a standing leg raise is a little challenging for you, or you need a little bit of support through a balance, you can always find a chair. You can pause the video or come to a wall for a little extra support. So pressing down through the standing foot. Now we're gonna follow that knee out to the side of the mat and let it fall into a warrior two pose. Reaching opposition through the fingers, finding openness through the thighs. Torso right in the middle of your body. Find a breath and we'll take it into an extended side angle, bringing your arm to the thigh, reaching that opposite line, fingertips through the blade edge of the back foot. And then you can think about reaching the feet opposite to each other here as well. We're gonna press through that front bent leg, and in that press, we'll bring our back leg forward a little bit. We're gonna rotate top leg down. You can pick that back foot up a little bit for an adjustment if you like. We're gonna come into a revolved triangle. So again, pressing the three bases into the mat, and then reach up with opposite effort. Next, we're coming into a lunge. Rotate your hand back down to the mat, weight in the front leg, down into a lunge. Next, we'll step that front leg to meet the back leg. We're gonna press down through the hand to come in to a side plank. You always have the option of dropping the other knee. So we can bring this knee down if you need a little extra support. If you're feeling saucy, you can extend the top leg. We're gonna bring that down to the mat. Bring your elbow in and come in for a wild thing. Really finding effort down through the mat and reaching out through your fingers. So we'll lift the bent leg, rotating over to a three-legged dog. And gently let the foot float down into your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, lift your hands to the back side of your mat. We're gonna hop in that direction. Find your fold, halfway lift, fold, and we'll repeat on the second side. Extended mountain. And lifting into standing leg raise. Open that knee out to the side into warrior two. And through extended side angle. Breathing and noticing the sensations in your body. Pressing through the bent leg. Bring the other leg forward. Good, we'll rotate. Revolved triangle. Bringing the hand down. Good, into a lunge. And stepping your front foot to meet the back. Opening to a side plank. Gently lower that leg down, bringing elbow into your center for a wild thing. Press down through the hand that's connected to the mat into your downward facing dog, three-legged dog. Good, lower. And we made it through this sequence. Good, bending knees, seeing the front of your mat. We'll hop forward. Halfway lift, fold, and slowly rolling back up to extended mountain. On an inhale, we'll take arms up to extended mountain. And as we're grounding down through the standing leg, we'll lift into a standing leg raise, bending through the standing leg, finding stabilization through the ankle. So we'll take an extended leg raise to the front with a bind. So the peace fingers are around my big toe, and keeping a little bit soft standing leg knee here. Again, reaching out in those opposite directions and hugging in towards your center line. From here, we'll bend our knee, both knees, and we're gonna let that hand slide to the back side of the foot, arms sweeping up, and pressing the foot into the hand. We'll take a dancer pose. So really feeling that effort going into the hand, effort going into the foot. Finding our balance. And for a little extra challenge, we're gonna move into Sugarcane next. So start by bending, softening the standing knee, finding some stabilization in your ankle, and we'll bring fingertips active into the mat. And as you start to straighten your knee, you can open your back leg up, pressing through the thigh away from your shoulder is the way I think of it. Gently find that bend in the knee to bring your foot back to the mat. We'll take a fold forward, halfway lift, relax your spine, and we'll roll up through the spine. And let's try that on the other side. So we'll step to the back of the mat. Feet down, rotating arms, sweeping up to the ceiling. Good. Finding that standing leg pressing effort down into the floor. as the working leg just floats up. Peace fingers around the big toe. Softness in the standing leg so we're not locking out. Good, find a bend through both knees. Let your hands slide onto the top of the foot. Reaching fingers up to the ceiling. Keep that energy reaching out into your dancer pose. Nice effort and bending through the standing leg. Finding fingertips into the mat. Opening up to Sugarcane. Find your bend. Collect your feet underneath your body. We'll lift halfway up and fold. Exhaling and rolling it back up. We'll take our end of our balance flow today on the mat with a little boat pose. So we'll find our balance point, our glutes, with the torso in line. So we're not really reaching for it. We're opening our back up, letting those shoulders blades slide down and keeping open through the shoulders. So you can choose to keep your feet on the floor, or if you want to add a little extra work, a little extra balance, we'll lift the feet off. And if you start to shake and convulse, that's okay. Like you see me doing right now. We're gonna take some twists. So trying to bring that elbow behind the back, keeping shoulders open. And breathing. Let's go for 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. Go ahead and turn to the side of your mat. We're gonna come down into Shavasana for the end of our practice. So you can roll all the way down. Let your legs open, mat width distance apart. Letting your shoulders be nice and open. And all of that work that we just did, we're just going to release into the ground and into the mat here. So release your breathing, releasing from your center line, not holding on or pulling anything in. No effort pushing back down into the floor, just letting the floor support you. Releasing any tension you may have in your body. Forehead, relaxing. Relaxing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Shoulders and hips melting into the floor. Stomach feeling heavy. And with each breath, just releasing and letting go. Slowly, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, finding some life and movement coming back into your body. Maybe finding some movement through your joints. And carefully come lying to your side. And we'll use our hands to bring us up to seated. You can bring your hands to heart center if that's comfortable for you. Thank you for practicing with movement by Inspire Ed today. I hope that you enjoyed your yoga flow. with balance focus, and come back and check out what we've got next time. Namaste. Welcome to Movement by Inspire Ed. Sorry. Linus and I are teaching a yoga flow today.